Hello everyone, welcome to GATE NPTL. Today we are going to solve a question from psychology. It's a one mark question from the topic of motivation. Now let's read the question. It's the match the following, and we have two columns. So in column 1 they have given instincts, incentive, self-actualization and intrinsic motivation, and we have four options which are environmental motivation triggers, are fixed action patterns, self-determination theory, considered by Maslow as the highest need. Now let's understand what are these four headings from column A, and then let's get back to the question. So first we have instincts, which are basically fixed action patterns. So instincts refers to innate biologically determined behaviors that are present in all members of a species. So these behaviors are called fixed action patterns because it occurs naturally in response to a specific stimulus and does not require learning or experience. Early theories of motivation viewed instinct as the primary drivers of human and animal behavior. Let's imagine suddenly you're in your house and fire bursts out or anything. What will be the instinct behavior you do to run away or pour water on it? Or let's imagine you place your hand on something which is hot. Before you even think about what to do, your hand automatically comes far behind from the vessel or the hot material. So that is called instinct behavior. So instinct behaviors are fixed action patterns which are present innately in a member of a species. Then we have incentive, which is basically environmental motivation triggers. So, according to incentive theory, they explain behavior in terms of external stimuli or rewards that motivates individuals to act. So, incentives are basically called rewards. It can be anything, it can be tangible like money and grades, or intangible like prizes or recognition. So, unlike instinct theories that emphasize internal drives, incentive theory focus on environmental triggers that pulls behavior in a certain direction. So in instinct, we saw that it's innate and it comes from an individual automatically. But incentive theory says that it is basically driven by environmental triggers such as money, grades, or prize, or recognition, or anything. So I've given an example, that is a student may study hard to earn high grades, which act as external motivators for him. So that is basically an incentive for him. Then we have self actualization. This was given by Maslow, so it's considered as the highest need according to Maslow. So, self actualization represents the highest level in Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where individuals strive to realize their fullest potential. So, at this stage, people seek personal growth, creativity, self fulfillment rather than external rewards or material success. So, according to Maslow, once basic physiological safety, love, and esteem needs are met, individuals are more motivated to pursue self actualization to become the best version of themselves. So this is basically from hierarchy of needs, which was given by Maslow. So this is the self-actualization phase, which is the highest need explained by him. There are basic needs. It starts from physiological need, which contains of food, water, shelter, etc. Then we have safety needs that are personal safety, employment, resources, our basic health, etc. Then we have love and belongingness, which includes our friendship, intimacy, family, sense of belongingness, etc. Then we have esteem needs, that is one's self respect, his self esteem, status, recognition, and all. Then at the end, we have self actualization, that is become one to become the most that one can be. That is this best version of oneself. So, this is the highest need given by Maslow. Then we have intrinsic motivation, which is self determination theory. So basically, self determination theory did not propose intrinsic motivation, but there is a connection which is present in this. So let me explain that. Intrinsic motivation arises from internal satisfaction and personal interest in an activity rather than external rewards. So basically, motivation is of two types. One is intrinsic and one is extrinsic. So intrinsic comes from within, extrinsic comes from outside motivators like money, pride, grades, or anything. So one of the key concepts in self-determination theory given by Dacey and Ryan, which emphasizes autonomy, competence, and relatedness. So these are the three main components given by them as the essential psychological needs. So when individuals are intrinsically motivated, they engage in tasks for enjoyment, curiosity, or personal challenge. For example, reading a book out of genuine interest rather than obligation. So here, if you see all these three components given by Ryan and Daisy in their self-determination theory, talks about motivation coming from within an individual. That is basically intrinsic motivation. So that is why for intrinsic motivation, it is connected to self-determination theory. Now coming back to the question, we have P and Q. So instincts, incentives, self-actualization, and intrinsic motivation. Now let's read the options. We have environmental motivation triggers. So where did we see environmental motivation triggers? So we saw that in incentives. Incentives are environmental motivation triggers. So our fixed action patterns we saw in instincts. Self-determination theory we saw in intrinsic motivation. Then self-actualization we saw in Maslow's hierarchy of need, which is the highest need given by him. So PQRS. So we have instinct, that is 2, incentive is 1, self-actualization is 4, and intrinsic motivation is 3. So where do we have this option? So it is option B. So option B is the right answer for this question. And to gain further understanding, you can go through this NPTEL lecture and the following books for further understanding. Thank you.